That is where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. I'm as human as anyone. I love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other and I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time. But that is being human. And that's my greatest strength.
Superman is back and better than ever. Well, I say better than ever. I guess Super Friends is where he would like peaked all-time high, but he's really, really good. David Corenswet kills it as Superman. He embodies the Clark and the Superman side amazing. Nicholas Hoult does an amazing job as the diabolical Lex Luthor. And it's a really, really fun movie. Now, at the very beginning of the movie, you get like this Star Wars like text screen. You know how Star Wars starts at the top? Or I guess it starts at the bottom and then goes up. Well, at Superman, it starts at the top. You see a flash of like text and then it goes away. And then it goes a little bit lower. You see a flash of text and then it goes away. And it kind of fills you in the backstory. His backstory is not shown in this movie. It's kind of like told through this text. Now, if you want to see Superman's backstory, watch literally any other thing regarding Superman. You'll probably see it there. But basically the text says 30 years ago, Superman crashed here on Earth. 3 years ago, he started taking on the role of Superman. And then 3 minutes ago, he lost his first battle for the first time, which is crazy. Now, as for gore goes, there's not a lot. At the very beginning, Superman's going to crash into the Arctic. That's where you're seeing those text flashes. And he's going to spit up some blood. Now, you can see this or preview this, and there's a preview of the movie. There's a 10-minute preview of the movie, and then there's also trailers, and that's where he's like laying on his side, and then and he spits up blood. If you can deal with that, that's the most gore he gets the whole movie. As for violence goes, it's your stereotypical superhero movie, as I said. As for romance goes, it is implied that Superman and Lois have been sleeping together. They're not married for about 3 months. They also share some kisses, some longer than others. And then Jimmy Olsen is a character from the Daily Planet, and he is kind of like the hot boy. Every girl loves him. He loves every girl. And there is one character called Mutant Toes, or that's what he has named them in his phone. And they do, well, they don't. Mutant Toes sends sexy pictures of Jimmy Olsen. It does have a plot in the movie for that. There's also a character still in the Daily Planet who wears some revealing clothing. Her name's Kat. And then Green Lantern makes a comment about how 300 chicks like him. If we're going to stick with the Daily Planet really fast, there's a character named Perry White, and he's kind of like the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet. And he is almost always seen with a cigar in his hand. Now, this is a very comic-accurate Perry White, too. He normally does have a cigar in his hand. Now, as for profanity to go, I do need to read it off because there's quite a bit. Superman keeps it mild, pretty much. He never takes the name of the Lord in vain. And then he never says hell, or at least I don't remember him saying hell.
Crypto! What the hey, dude?
And he almost never utters a cuss word. Besides, there is 2 times when there is an in-universe hashtag that's been going around because not everyone is on Superman's side, and it is super S-word. And Superman says,
"Come on, Lois, you know that one specifically irritates me."
This is on the record.
And then he also says A-word once when he is in his, I guess, Clark form or whatever you would call that. Lex Luthor says that he created a human or a human-like creature when he tried to recreate the Big Bang. Hell is said. God's name is taken in vain multiple times. The D word is said. The A word is said. The B word, the B word ending in T is said. Crap is said. And then this is a slight spoiler. So Superman's parents have been sent a message to Clark, and it basically said that like you need to love all these guys. And then it stops there, and then but it was broken in transit, and then Lex actually decodes it, and it basically says, well, you got to do that so you can trick them, and then you can basically spread the seed of Kryptonian so you can take over Earth, and you can take multiple wives and build a harem. So that's that. It's not portrayed as a good thing. Superman does not do that. There's a beautiful scene in the ending that I won't spoil. So there is that. There is one line that Clark's dad does say that I'm going to use my Bible to unback up or contradict what he says. Superman father says that parents aren't for telling kids who they are because you, meaning the kids, have done things that determine who you are. However, we know that from Proverbs 22:6, it says, train up a child in the way that he should go, even when he is old, that he should not depart from it. So at first I was like, Yeah, that's obvious. But it is a line that was taken. I felt weird about it in the theater. I felt weird about it when watching it at home. And my mom also was like, it's a funny line, but it's not biblical either. So that's the whole content concern. So this movie is really good. As you can probably tell, I do have a DC bias. I have always preferred DC characters. Now, which DC character that is at the time. For the most part, it's been The Flash. I have liked Batman in the past too. I had this Batman action. Anyway, it's a really good movie. It's funny. It is really funny if you can deal with some of the language concerns. That I would probably rank it 8 out of 10 in my book. It's a really good comic movie, but I don't know how it's going to hold up long term. So it might get dropped to a 7. It might stay at an 8. With that being said, I also probably would recommend it for older children just because of some of the cussing, the constant S word. It felt like it's in there so much. The S word is like overused in this movie. But it was a really fun movie.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.